When you were younger, do you remember? Do you remember when you were younger and you like read Wattpad, and your favorite book would be like your favorite romance book, and then the author would write a sequel, but the sequel would be really bad because like the characters will break up and it'd be like really weird, and you're reading the story and you're like, what happened to the magic from book one? That is exactly how I felt reading Nothing Like the Movies, because it was nothing like book one, and it was really upsetting. So let's get into it, okay? Let's pull up Notion, get my notes. Okay, so I want to say one thing about me is that I don't really like sequels to romance novels, anyways, because most of the time they're not done well. Um, they're always like, even when I was younger, like Wattpad, I hated sequels to Wattpad books because it just felt like the sequel just lacked so much, and there was just like, and it felt like miscommunication was mostly part of the whole entire book, and then like it was then they'd get together towards the end, and it was just like really weird. Or like there's one, some are messy. Like there's one I think if you read Saving Sawyer, I can't remember what he saved her from, but I can't remember. So the guy saves her, blah, they get together. Book two, the sequel, mind you, she didn't even finish the book. The sequel is, what is it? Sawyer and him break up because he had a one night stand. Oh, they had to break up, and then he ended up sleeping with his friend from college, and then she got pregnant, and now he's a baby daddy. And Sawyer just supposed to be okay with that? Like the readers were supposed to be okay with that? Like, why am I reading this? Like, what is going on? I'm here to lead some like, I'm like to here to see the relationship develop. I like to see where they've gone in life. Like, this seems ridiculous. There's only two books I think have done really good with sequels, and that is not too much on the title. The Bad Boy and the Tomboy. That girl ate that book. The sequel, 68 Days and Counting. It's still on Wattpad, by the way, if you want to go read it, because I reread it every once in a while. The sequel to that book was genuinely one of the best ones I've ever read, because it didn't feel like there was a breakup, but the breakup felt good. Like it felt like it was a relationship problem that kind of you could see from the beginning. It was like really good. It was handled really well. I really enjoyed it. The only other one I liked was um, the Bad Boys Girl series, Tessa and Cole. Yeah. Number two, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I liked it still. I think the whole series, personally, I think she did a great job. In the book, she did a really good job of like correcting her mistakes from book one, because it was written at a time where like, oh my god, the guy has to save me. Oh my god, he bullied me because I was fat, but no, he loves me. Like I feel like she corrected herself with her writing, and I really enjoyed it. Like she cooked. Like I was like, girl, you ate that up. Like I think this is to be published. Like you ate. Okay, okay. So let's get into Nothing Like the Movies. Let's get into it. So Nothing Like the Movies is a sequel to one of the books that I genuinely really love, Better Than the Movies, by Lynn Painter. Okay. My rating, half of a star. The description of the book. It's for a few beautiful months. Wes had his dream girl, the strong-willed girl next door, Liz. But right as the two were about to set off for college to start their freshman year together, tragedy struck. Wes was left dealing with the fallout, which ultimately meant losing Liz in the process. Flash forward, months later, Wes and Liz find themselves in college together and in a healthier place now. Wes knows he broke Liz's heart when he ended things, but he is determined to make her fall back in love with him. Sounds cool, right? I already don't like ones where there's a breakup in between, but you know what? It's okay. I'm like, okay, tragedy struck. What could the tragedy be, right? I'm like, okay, I'm a little intrigued, right? There you go. I did not have a favorite thing about this book. I genuinely, and I really hate to say this because I love Better Than the Movies. Like, I love Better Than the Movies. I felt like Liz was such a relatable character. I loved her throughout the series. I loved Wes. I loved how everything came together. But Nothing Like the Movies just fell short. It just fell so short, and I'm really disappointed because like I know that this could have been great, and she could have given us something really good, but I just feel like it was really rushed. So I didn't really have anything about the book that I enjoy, like a favorite thing. The only favorite moment I have was um, when Liz is Will. Yeah, I'm about to say Will again. Who's Will? Liz, Liz and Cole, they're leaving the library and it's raining outside and she's like, oh, I'm about to get drenched as soon as I open up this door. And immediately she opens up the door and she's not drenched because Wes just immediately pulled out his backpack and he's not even realizing like he did the motion, but he just kept her safe. And I was like, wow, that's so cute. So yeah, I thought that's my favorite moment. Now, let's get comfy because we're going to talk. Y'all, I want you to know when I finished reading this book, I wanted to like write a review so badly, like talk about it with somebody because I was so upset about it. Like, I literally sent my friend, I think like a 40-minute voice note, and like I was like, I am so upset at this book. Like, I am so upset. Like, I'm so upset. I was at work mad. I was so mad. I was like, I gotta focus on my job. But this book just irritated me so. Excuse me. It irritated me so much. Like, I genuinely was like, why did this thing, like, why did she do this to me? Like, I was so disappointed. I went in with good expectations. Okay, let me tell you, okay, this is what I thought the book was going to happen. This is what I thought was going to happen, okay? I thought, right, Wes and Liz break up, right? There must be a good reason behind it. Do I know the reason? No, it could really be anything. Maybe it was just like a disagreement. I'm thinking maybe there was like a drunk argument and like they said some hateful things, like whatever, right? I'm thinking like, what could it be, right? First off, I'm thinking that, okay, so I'm thinking, okay, they had a disagreement, they're not cool anymore. It's been what, 2 years? Okay, so Wes is gonna go into this thinking, okay, great. I don't know who Liz is anymore, but I know the old her, and I'd love to like. I'm gonna get to know the new her. You know, I'm here to focus on my studies, but also I'm gonna try to befriend Liz because I know that I broke her heart, and he's gonna see like how that affected her, like the heartbreak, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna try to be her friend now. I haven't talked to her in 2 years. Like I want to see what she's doing. Yada yada. They're gonna become friends, right? Semester goes by, Christmas comes, right? They're next door neighbors. They hang out during Christmas, right? Friends still. Freshman year all the way comes. I'm thinking a whole year maybe is gonna pass. A whole year maybe. Maybe second semester they'll get together, right? But throughout this moments, we're gonna see small, tiny moments of them learning about each other again, since it's been 2 years, getting to know the new version of themselves, I guess of each other, and we're gonna just see it. And there's gonna be small moments here and there of them like liking each other and them not. Like it's gonna be super cute, right? I was like, we're gonna get a good full moment. Like it's gonna be really good. And when they comes together, we're gonna get a few chapters of them dating and like what's it? No, I got everything but that. And I think that's the part that makes me so upset because that's what I wanted. I was so mad. Let's get into what I really disliked. My biggest thing that I genuinely am so upset about is that the entire book takes place in like 2 to 3 months. Um, when I read that, I closed the book. I said I'm done. Like I remember I read that when I realized that the season like the baseball like full baseball season hadn't even started. All this is going on 2 3 weeks like not even two, I guess 2 3 months. It happened so quickly. The entire book. I had to close the book. I said I can't do this. I had to take like a 2 day break because I was genuinely so upset. I was like, there is no reason why somebody should have like read this book and said that this was okay. Like I am so mad because I know the potential it could have had, and that's what angers me so much. Like I know it was a bit good. I know it was gonna be so good. Lynn, what happened? Like what makes me so mad? Okay, so then next, make sure that's up there. Okay, so next, I really hate that Liz just lost her charm. I feel like she was such a relatable and a fun character. Like Liz was one of the first characters I felt like I really related to, and like a full level. Like I love the fact that she would like think of songs in her head and a playlist. And I thought everything was so fun. I thought she was such a cool character. I enjoyed her, right? I get to this book, she's like totally different. She's heartbroken. Okay, I get it. She's changed, right? And you're thinking to yourself, oh, Liz has changed. Well, how was the new her? You don't really learn anything about the new her. I feel like I don't know anything about the new Liz, the new version of her, because like it's not talked about. And so I think that's another thing that irritates me is that I don't know the new version of her because like it's not really there. And it like the new version of her, right? She's obviously heartbroken. She's like more stoned and things like that. But it's just like it feels like everything that made her a fun and like exciting character just got wiped away. And it was like we never like saw her get the spark back. And so it was just like, okay, I can understand she's heartbroken, right? But like can we get to some like can she like build back up to herself? No. And it disappointed me because I really liked Liz. Ugh. And everything we learned about her, I just feel like it was really vague. Like, oh yeah, she watches football now on the weekends. Like, and that was it. Like, that's all we know. Like, that's all we know. We know nothing else about her. And then, obviously she hates to party. Like, what? Like, we don't, like, you're not telling me anything else about her? Ugh. Okay. Let's get into Wes's character because I have some thoughts. And I liked Wes in book one. So I'm also very disappointed that I don't like Wes as much now. However, I do sympathize with Wes and everything in a way because I did have a similar experience of like a parental death. And it's like upsetting, and I felt him like reading about the time where he was going through a lot, and um he was just like didn't know what to do, didn't know himself. Like I remember I experienced that, so I was like I get where he's coming from and I understand. And so I understood his side of things, like for example the breakup where he was like, Liz, like I broke up with you and I knew I'd tell you that lie about me cheating because you wouldn't have given up on me anyways. But I just didn't I couldn't do it anymore. Like I didn't want all this. And I get where he's coming from. I think it was a really bad decision to do. But also I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like he's not in the right headspace at all. So it's just like it's not shocking that he did it. It was like, oh, this is a dumb decision, but he's genuinely not in the right headspace at all. Like he just wants like some stress relief. Like he just wants to be relieved. Relieved? Yeah. He just wants some relief. My ear itches. And I get that. Like I truly get that. So I will say like I really do. I hate that like we read about all that, and I like read a review about like not taking mental health as serious, and I also feel like I feel like we could have like used Wes as a better mental health representation, and like his mom. Like I just felt like it just I don't know. It was like weird. I was like okay, but like I just feel like more could have been done. And so also one, I think that Wes going into the attention, like when he first walked on the steps of the school, it's time to get Liz back. That made me mad. Can we look at our dorm? Can we look at our schedule? Can we figure out where our classes are? Can we talk to our professors? Can we get to the first semester first before you're focusing on getting back with a girl? Like, what? So I'm just like, okay. And my biggest pet peeves throughout the entire book, because she constantly did this, she constantly acknowledged this one issue and then never fixed it. Literally, Wes's chapter. I know Liz. I know her deep inside. I know the real her. This isn't the Liz I know. I know she likes this and I know this. Liz, you don't know who I am now. I've changed in the last 2 years. I'm different. There are a lot of things I don't like. There are a lot of things that I don't like I used to like. I have changed. But I know the real you. I know who you are deep down inside. You never change this way. This, and then you'll always be that little girl I met when I was in 8th grade and then loved. Oh, really? So what do I do on Friday nights now? Oh yeah, you definitely do yada yada yada. Actually, no. I watch football. Really? Yeah. So you don't know me? No, Liz. I know you. And that happens every other chapter. I want you to know that setup sequence, back and forth. I know you. You don't know me. Happens throughout the entire book like 20 times. That pissed me off so bad because I'm thinking to myself, if the character says, you don't know the real me, you don't know the new me version of me, what does that mean the other character should be doing? learning. The character should be learning about the new version of the character. But I want you to know, this made my eye itch. I want you to know, this man did not ask her why. I think it was her, I'm pretty sure it was her major. He did not ask her about her major change until their first date. Which obviously wasn't that long, but, through the book, but that's like a month and a half in. He knew she changed her major like a week or so in, a few pages in. He didn't ask her why she changed it or what got her into the new concept or anything. Like, she didn't ask her a single thing until that night. And then she explained like 2 sentences of it. And that was it. Oh, yeah, I think it's really fun now. That's it. Like, I was like, what? That irritated me because I just don't understand, like, how the entire book, Liz is saying, hey, you don't know this version of me. And then you still decide to say, I know this version of you. And she's constantly telling you you don't. Does that not get frustrating? Like, what? And then also, like, she talked about, okay, their date that they went on, right? He took them to this really fancy restaurant. And Liz talks about it. She's like, I really dislike that he kind of, she's, oh, this is a dislike, but she's like, I wish he hadn't taken me here. And I know why he took me here is because because I said I wanted to go a long time ago, yada, yada, yada. But, like, this is just feels too much for a first date. It's a lot of expectations. Exactly. That's what I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. I'm thinking to myself, what's going to happen is, in this book, like I said, it was going to be a slow build up. I don't understand why he took her there on the first date either. Why couldn't he have taken her somewhere relaxed and let it build up so he could have taken her on, like, on an anniversary again when they got back together? What is... It angers me so much because I just felt like it was going to be such a good book. And I literally was so excited for the sequel. And I was disappointed, and I'm so upset. I'm so upset, as you can obviously tell. And I think that was it else I was about to say that I disliked about the book. And the ending. I hated the ending. I The ending also felt like a Wattpad book. What do you mean? They're making out in the batting cage, right? The cops come and see them. They go home. She said she's thinking to herself, I feel overwhelmed with the kiss and everything because it feels like a lot. And he hurt me really bad. This, and that. Very valid. Very understandable, right? Next you know, Wes gets hurt on the field. He's in the hospital. Liz, I love you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. That is literally Wattpad car crash scene. Like, that's literally what it was. I was... The icing on the cake, though, is if she had killed Wes, I really would have been, like, out of here. Like, but thank God she didn't. But literally, I was like, there is no way. There's no way that she just wrote this. And so, then the epilogue topped it off, pissed me off again. I thought it was sweet, but, like, I was like, this should not have been an epilogue. Like, I could... Anyways, that's what I have to say about the book. I'm very disappointed, genuinely. I'm so upset. I wanted it to be so good. I was so geeked for it to happen, but it didn't. And I I have no words to say to her because that was really disappointing, and I'm really upset. I'm really upset. Like, and I was so happy when I went on Goodreads to see other people were also upset, and I said, okay, I thought I was tripping throughout the entire book. I was like, am I tweaking? What is happening in this book? No, I was not. Other people also disliked it, so I'm glad I wasn't tripping. Anyways, okay, well, that's it. The next book on my reading list is to read Ballads of the Songbirds and the Snakes. I hope I said that title correctly. But y'all know that's Suzanne Collins. My girl. My girl. Mainly because Old Boy's book is coming out in March, I think. I don't know. My friend messaged me was like, oh, it's coming out soon. Me. I have not even read Ballads of the Songbird yet. So I'm going to read that. Because I really like the movie. So I'm excited to read it and see the difference the difference that there is. Plus, I love her. And I know she's not going to disappoint me. So I'm excited. So yeah, anyways, let me know if you guys read the book. And if you did, let me know what you liked about it. If you liked anything, let me know what you disliked about it. If you didn't dislike anything, and what your rating was. Like I said, mine was a half a star because so upset about it. Like I genuinely like, and I'm not even like trying to be mean about the author, but like I genuinely just thought she would have done a lot better. Like I genuinely thought she would have been good because Better Than the Movies was so much fun. But it is whatever. Anyways, all right. Talk to you later. Later. Ooh. Oh, sorry. All right. This is Black Controls signing out. You should subscribe. Um, I'll read more in the future. My goal, I think, this year is to read 25 books. I got a Kindle, so we can make it happen for sure. For sure. So yeah, you'll see more of this coming in. But yeah, doses, Black Control. Okay, thumbnail time. Oh, oh, what's your? Oh, let me take this out. Thumbnail. Oh, what is this? Oh Lord, what's the difference? Oh Lord. Okay, thumbnail time. Wait. Okay.